Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, it's the top 5 favorite decks day. Top 5 favorite decks day. Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at my 5 favorite decks that I played in September. And we'll be giving props to the people that put them together. If this sounds good to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, a person whose playstyle is most often referred to in the tabloids as drunken, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you the top 5 favorite decks day. So the deal is at the beginning, or technically the end, of every month, I like to look back upon what I've done in the month before it, right? And say, these are the decks that I had the most fun with, my favorite decks. And then also pay homage to the people that put those decks together. Because I rarely put together my own decks. Why is that? Because the guy that I am when I'm not Dr. Suckit, he's kind of busy. He's got other things he's got to do. And playing other people's decks goes a long way towards making this channel come together. All right, so let's get down to it. What was my first favorite deck? Let's take a look. I played against Nefut. Your dude's not wearing any pants. I don't think that's appropriate. Alright, I would like to pick up a mana next turn. I don't need it for another turn after that, but still. And don't kill Llanowar Elf. I need 4. We got things we need doing. All right, cool. Ooh, starting town. All right, next turn we can... What do you want to think? Halana, Alena, just to freak this guy out? Save the Ouroboroid till he maybe doesn't have any creature kills in his hand? That's what I'm thinking. Alright, so this is a Sephiroth deck. Sephiroth. Alright, so we can start, chumping with his chumps. Alright, I'm going to go Ouroboroid on the next turn. It'll be fun. It'll be fun that's funny. The part I won't like is if he gets out some guy with Death Touch. You know, like a Buzzcut hand lady. Come on. Come on. Yeah, you're just surveilling there. Doesn't want the mana. He's looking for something good. You got 2 mana. You do a lot with 2 mana on a black deck. All right, looks like we're going to be holding back a little bit. We'll do another Halana Alana. He still has 2 mana. Okay, I didn't recognize we had the treasure. The treasure just got out this way? No. I don't remember where the treasure came from then. Oh, it came from the death of Greedy Freebooter. So he's had a lot of more mana available to him. Alright, let's give this a shot. Drop it down. Pump it up. Alright, you can jump. Jump it up. Alright, there we go. So hopefully he's not drawing cards that are too destructive. That's what you want to do. That's your bleeding engine right there. Hi, how's it going? Why don't you go find your pants? Hubert, here's some Energon cubes for you. Eat up. Growing fish like yourself needs to get its strength up. Alright, come at me, brah. Alright, Ouroboroid. Pump. Everybody else is pumped. And can you do 5? You can, so we'll send in the 8. Oh, you got haste too. Oh, sweet googly. We got all about that. Alright, provided we can keep the Ouroboroid out, things are going to go awesome. Yeah, we don't need to trample, but Min Pakal is going to just go to Smoke Stoke. Yeah, hi, how's it going? Alright, that's the guy you want. Now you can start sacrificing your own guys. That's the bad thing, is that he requires too much, man. Too much. And you think, oh, if I could just find the right cards, I can make everything happen. Next thing you know, you just eliminated everything you got going on. There we go. Everybody's pumped. Everybody's great. Let's smoke it in. And there's like a billion dudes. There we go. I mean, it's only 8, but still, that's a lot. He's just going to chomp. And you can go ahead and sacrifice those guys too. That's the thing you want to do. Oh, you don't need to do that. You need to sacrifice it so you can scry. All right, now if you board wipes, I would be out of luck. That would be really bad. Now, I don't believe he's got a board wipe. He'd have to have a board wipe and a land in his hand right now. And he'd have to have like stumbling over a winning lottery ticket. And we win. And we win. Victory! Alright, so here we are with Naya counters. Yeah, I mean, it's a great deck because of the synergy between the cards. It's Ouroboroid and Halana and Alena. Yeah, putting those guys together is fantastic. You just got to get the order right. Where, you know, you're letting Halana and Alena slap his stuff on Ouroboroid that then pumps everybody else up. If you get a Min Pakal out, as you saw, then you get like a, you know, even though I just put her out, I had 8 little gnomes running around for just coming out. All the cards you got here help to pump each other up. Torgal likes it whenever you put out, what is it? The first human creature with a, yeah, there you go. Maybe catch first human creature each turn. Fenrir puts out a Popo counter on stuff. This guy comes out with a Popo counter on it. Just the only thing about this deck is this got little tiny bits of control. That's it. It's just 4 Shelter by Ghost. That's it. But still, the deck just wants to grow wildly out of control like a weed. And that's what makes it so much fun. So yeah, if you like a good Ouroboroid deck and you like the Ouroboroid going completely insanely Ouroboroid, this is definitely the way to do it. So there you go. One of my favorite decks of September. It was Naya Counters. All right, playing against Vlovsur. Something like that. Keep. All right, let's see if we can crack that open. Are we really going to keep it inside of its little space egg forever because I muted it early? That's interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get our elf out. What are we doing turn 3? Man, we did a lot of things. Oh, it's popping out regardless. Still muted, right? Yeah. Well, it did not go the way I expected. I needed 2 green, that's why. Ouroboroid. Let's just go in. All right, who's he going to block? So you can just let it go? You know he is. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mite it up. Who are you going to steal? Frenzied Baloth? There you go. Nope. Pop! Whatever. We'll just have to keep going. Hopefully we can hold this thing together. No more shelter by ghosts. Alright, he's going to try to just play this game. Can we be better, faster, stronger than him? We can do double strike on something. If we get a guy out now. What does this do? Exile target creature, nothing much. Let's just put this guy out. Oh, let's get some pump going on here for a little bit. Do I have enough to kill him now? I can. I could do it if he just lets it all through. You can go for the... No, I don't have enough mana for it. Now, see this card, I need 3 mana to do it. I didn't save it. You want to give up your rabbit? Give up your rabbit. You're just roping me, hippie. He's down to 4. All right. Oh, sweet googly moogly. All right, well, we got all of our tricks going. Let's this thing up. And we win! And we win! Victory! All right, so we with mono green. I called it Moneyball because we are playing cheap creatures that have some sort of evasion but are very strong. Yeah, and that's what we got going on here. These guys totally feed on each other. And Ouroboroid is the beating heart of multiplication. So yeah, that's how this deck goes so well. You saw we took down mono white life gain, who couldn't keep up with just the omnipresent pressure that this deck puts. I mean, he needed to steal my guys to keep this thing going, which he did, but the deck was still doing good regardless. And we had a trick in our hand, which was the Tifa's Limit Break, where we could double or double, potentially even triple a creature's power. He didn't know what was going on. I was thinking about touching my cards just to freak him out. Yeah, but still, the cards did very well unto themselves. Little bit of mana ramp. We got a bunch of pump going on. And yeah, this thing, especially if you get Ouroboroid pumped up beforehand, and all your guys will just start going crazy. Nuts. So anyways, yeah, they called it Stompy. It wasn't really Stompy. We're not, because Stompy to me means gigantic big creatures, usually with trample. This thing didn't do that much. We had a little bit of trample, but still they weren't giant. They kind of grew into it. And yeah, that's why I think this is being more of a Moneyball deck. Very good, very efficient, and in general, a very good, fun deck to play unto itself. All right, so you go. It's Mono Green Moneyball, one of my favorite decks of September 2025. I've been against the last Starfighter. Alright, no to the horse. Exile, let's see what he's playing in his hand, where we can get rid of forever. Nothing. What has he got up here? Nothing. There's nothing to do. All right, yeah, let's just do this. We got 20 life. We can afford to lose some. Yeah, 0 demons though. There's a demon wall. That'll be helpful. All right. Indestructible. Should I look at his hand again? Ooh, Ouroboroid, suck it forever. You glorious plant bastard. There's another potential demon if we need it. He's got the ability to take out one guy. He's black for it, doesn't have it. You just want to counter something badly. All right, let's take it down, Chinatown. He's going for the kill on the demon there. All right, any of these things flashy? Nope, they're not. Looks like I might have to activate the Sanctuary. Or I could just make the demon come out. We could do that too. This guy's getting really low on cards. All right, demon! All right, we're full up. Ceciled at this point. He's down to 5. Got a lot of control, which is good. With the exiled creature they control, so even if he puts out another indestructible guy, we can still spank him. And we don't need to spank him. He spanks himself. Victory! Alright, so here we are with Mono Black Demons by Nan Disco. And yeah, it was great. I like this deck because it really kind of cut back on the demons, which is weird because if you want to play like a demons deck, you're hoping for demons tribal. But pretty much at this point, the only thing that makes demons is Unholy Annex. That's all you really need. And a little Soulstone Sanctuary. In fact, I think I played a Mono Black mid-range deck that was pretty much just that, and it felt almost as good. Demonic Wall is pretty cool. It's always cool when you can pay the 6 mana to get him pumped up. So he can actually attack, especially since he's got Menace. you really don't have a lot of sources of Popo counters. I mean, this will kind of do it. Arch Enemy's Charm. That'll help get your demonic walls going, I guess. But we don't really have much else going on. You don't really need it, though. I mean, you can either afford to wait. These guys can sit out there, do their thing. And we got lots of other sources for demons, but it's not a super demon-heavy deck. But I like the control. I like the utility. I like the fact that the deck had a little bit of everything between we're going after hand hate and creature kill and card draw. Yeah, I mean, the deck did it all. And that's the thing that people don't like about Mono Black, is Mono Black can do everything. And I think that's cheating. There's an element of self-harm in it, and I think that's what allows it to do what it needs to do. Anyways, I'm a fan. I really like this deck. It was one of my favorites. So let's call it Mono Black Demons, one of my favorite decks of September 2025. All right, playing against Katavi 36. Katavi. Keep. He doesn't have a pet. What kind of psychopath are you? You're going the wrong way. Oh, there it is, your pet. All right, let's turn off the Chocobo. Hubert, there's your Energon Cube. Enjoy. All right, we're playing. Playing weird demons, aren't we? Are you just gonna sit there and try to shoot my guys? He's a defender, man. He can't even attack. I'm gonna see if we can just Bitter Triumph this guy. Get him to waste a little bit. Oh, hippie. I will take that out. We'll slap that guy around a little bit. I know I'm not going to be able to gain any life, but I really wasn't planning on it. That's fine. It's free to me. Great. You just gonna keep slamming me? You trying to burn? I can't gain life anymore. Unholy Annex isn't gonna let me do it because the token got me. I should have done it myself. Oh yeah, I don't need any of this crap. Because I don't gain life, we're totally cool. Alright, I'm going to try to go for an Ouroboroid. Alright, land up. Ooh, we can go for a full-on demon, can't we? And no attacks. Just a baby bunny out there doing what he does best, passing out tokens. You lost your fling. That's good. He could burn us down to nothing. That would be a problem. We haven't even touched 20 yet. Pump! I'm putting way too much stock into Ouroboroid right here. I guess I turn this on, I keep the demon out, I still can do damage to him. That works out well. You thinking, am I gonna be willing to give up the Ouroboroid for this? And the question is, if I don't, can he do 7 points of damage? I think I've got to block. You think he's gonna? He won't do it. He won't block with the Ouroboroid. I will. I'll do it. Don't make me not do it. All right. Is there something better to do here? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the. Put out a nice wall and send it in. All right, if you don't block, you die. There you go, hippie. That's 2 points, and we win. Victory. All right, so here we are, Demonic Ouroboroid. Yeah, this was one of my favorite decks because it took two of my other favorite decks and smashed them together. It was like a mono green Ouroboroid deck pushed together with the mono black demon deck. You put those two things together, you got the Reese's peanut butter cup of decks right here, and it's great because demons does what demons does, and Ouroboroid does what Ouroboroid does. Other than that, you got a nice amount of control, other things going on like hand hate and stuff. And altogether, it's just a nice, solid utility deck that has lots of things going on. Yeah, Ouroboroid and demons, I mean, they don't really talk to each other, but Ouroboroid just pumps everything. And then the demon, Unholy Annex, draws you cards and starts vampiring from them. So people are always focused. It's like, oh, I see the Unholy Annex, I got to wait and kill the demon or something, or I gotta make sure I take out the demon walls or the Soulstone Sanctuaries. But then all of a sudden there's Ouroboroid. What are they gonna do about that? And your decks are going crazy. What's funny is I always end up playing Pawpatch Recruits out like nuts because I like to have them available to. I always think of them as being protection. They're not really protection. Stuff's gonna happen, but they will make the rest of you guys way more powerful if you got a bunch of them out and people start trying to pick off your dudes one by one. Altogether, yeah, it was a great deck, super fun to play, and playing some of my favorite cards, which of course, again, is Ouroboroid and the Demon combos. So there you go, Demonic Ouroboroid, one of my favorite decks of September 2025. All right, playing against Linley 14. I turn off the Sliver Egg. Come out with the nice Tiny Bones. We got Hand Hate. All right, I'm not going to bother sending Tiny Bones because I would just totally murder that guy. Yeah, no, cool. Let's keep him back as a defender now. You think you could just kill Tiny Bones, huh? Alright, do I hate this guy? Let's see. Tiny Bones, the Bauble Burglar. Where's our white mana? That's a question, isn't it? Well, Unstoppable Slasher likes to stop unstoppable stuff. Likes to slash stoppable stuff. There you go. That makes more sense. Ooh, bubbles. I thought this was boring until I realized that you can make bubbles come up. Then I'm very excited by the whole situation. Here we are in the Sliver Factory. And she's back. And we go after his cards, a little hand-hate action. Should have done the opposite, shouldn't I have? That way I could start stealing his lands. That would have been good. Alright, so I don't want to blow it until Stasher's untapped. Alright, these cards are for me. Come on. They're all mine now. Alright, cool. There's our second. And let's go ahead and kill off our flying guy. And in we go with all these guys having a good time. I can start forcing a discard if I need to. I'm going to pork that down. I know that causes the Mako to pump. Good for your block. All right. I just gotta keep this guy off my back for a second. One at a time. Likes giving me those lands. You want a blocker? You can. All right, that's down to 4. I got one more chump out there. We could lose. What do we got here? What I gotta do is Day of Judgment this guy, keep the slasher out. The big problem is if the slashers, then it's going to take a couple of turns to get her back online. Now he's got all his guys out. And that timeline color is going to be a problem. Doesn't have anything to let go of, that's fine. Should we hold on to this guy? Let's just do this. Alright, you want to chump? Like chumps chump. Let's put it out. That Death Touch is going to be nice. And I got to wait for the slasher to untap before I want a Day of Judgment again. And we win, and we win. Victory! Alright, so here we are with Ouroboroid Discard. You know, we didn't see it, but the thing about this deck that made it so exciting to me was Painful Quandary and Chimmel. Neither of them came out. We never got any of those cards. We didn't get to play them, but when those things come out, yeah, it's really good. I like pinning people down with Painful Quandary. Chimmel keeps dragging things out, putting them out for free. I mean, those are some great engines there. The rest of the deck, yeah, we softened them up with a lot of hand hate cards between like the Virus Beetle, the Heck Dies, the Burglar Rat. What is this? Cerebral Confiscation. This is another one. Yeah, we got a lot of good discard going on here, and then the control with the Banishing Light, Day of Judgment. What else is going on? I don't know. But one of the things I really liked about this deck was the second Tiny Bones, the Bobble Hunter. Where's he? Right there. Because I like the fact that if they were getting cards discarded, they became your cards to play. And I thought that was really fun. So altogether, I thought the synergy in this deck worked out really well. It was a lot more fun when you get to play with the big boys at the end there, your Chimmels or your Painful Quandaries. But the rest of the deck up until that point was super cool. What I like is you're playing against a Reanimator deck and they start trying to discard cards and this Tiny Bones just keeps stealing it from them. Oh, that is so delightful. That is the best. All right, so there you go. One of my favorite decks is September 2025, Orzhov Discard. And here we are with the lineup once again. Let's count it down. Naya counters from Poor Planeswalker. Green Moneyball by Xenox. Mono Black Demons by Nendisco. Demonic Ouroboroid from the MTGA Assistant Meta. And Orzhov Discard by BC74. Yeah, I want to thank each of them for putting those decks out. They were great to play. I had a lot of fun with them. You know, if I really look back upon the month and I say what really grew on me, it was Ouroboroid. I mean, I remember when that thing came out with Edge of Eternities. First time I played it, that was fantastic. But what have I really liked this last month? It was playing Ouroboroid decks spliced with other stuff, right? I played like a Simic Ouroboroid deck. I played a Golgari Ouroboroid deck. You know, I'm not sure if I played a Selesnya Ouroboroid deck. It seems like I might have played it, but I don't think I made a video out of it. I don't know. It's hard to say. It didn't make the list for whatever reason. But yeah, Ouroboroid mixed with stuff is great. I liked the demon decks, but they seemed like they were getting boring for a while. But it seems like demon decks have started to choke it back, where you can kind of play a little bit more mono black weirdness while just letting the Unholy Annex and a couple other cards handle the demon front. You don't really have to do all demons, because all you need is one, and so you don't need to have like 5 demons out or anything like that. People are nailing demons like crazy as soon as they see you start playing Unholy Annex, but whatever, man, it's all cool. So altogether, yeah, I thought that last month was super fun. The Spider-Man set is sort of weird and disappointing. It seems like if you don't want to play Spider Tribal, I don't know what you're doing with it. So we'll see what happens. That's what's going to be exciting about October coming up, is all the spider decks that we'll probably end up be playing. All right, so there you go. Once again, thanks to the people that put out these decks. And if you decide to play with any of these decks, I hope that you have as much fun with them as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.